Alrighty, today we're going to be taking a look at a well system. So first and foremost, we have our pressure tank and our water treatment. We'll start with the pressure tank and the water side. So how the water comes in is going to be through this pipe right here, underground. In our area, it'll be below the frost line. It'll be going straight to the well with the pitless adapter and straight down into the pump. Now, that water is going to come through here. It's going to come all the way down into that T-assembly. In our area, some wells are going to have a control panel just like this. That's going to have the start capacitor to get the motor to start spinning to get the water up out of the hole. And then if you can't see the electric panel, in our area, you're required to have a disconnect within eyesight of the pressure tank. So all of that looks like it's working in pretty good shape. We have our pump installed in 2015 at an 80-foot well. Everything looks like it's in decent shape inside, but we do see that we have some older wiring. So just something to kind of keep in the back of our head. So the pipe will come down all the way into this guy right down here. So this is our pressure gauge. This is going to be a visual representation of what's going on inside of the tank. On this particular tank, the pressure gauge does not work. So what you can do instead is you can take a tire pressure gauge, open up that cap right there, and that'll let you see what the air pressure inside of the tank is while it's full of water. This hose bib right down here is so that way you can drain the tank, do a well yield, well chlorination, or any maintenance you might need to do that involves removing water from the tank before it goes through the water treatment. This little fella right here, this is our pressure relief valve. This is designed so that way if the pressure switch gets stuck on or if something's going wrong and the pressure continually builds in the tank, rather than having the tank itself explode, just like a water heater, it'll shoot out of there. This is our main water shutoff for the home. There will also be an additional one just after the water conditioning. So how does a pressure tank work, you may be asking? So we got, top part's going to be air, there's a little bladder in between, and then there's going to be water on the bottom. So this pressure switch, which is this little guy, is going to read the pressure in the pipe. And if you look inside of yours, you pop open this cap on the left side, you'll see that it says cut on 40, cut off 60. So what that means is when the water pressure gets to 40 PSI, there's a little stem right down here that connects to the pipe. The springs in the back are going to push these contact plates in, which will connect the house power to the pump power. From there, the pump will engage and it will continue to compress the air in the pressure tank until it gets to 60 PSI. Once it gets to 60 PSI, you'll hear another click sound. The pump is off. This pressure tank for this type of setup is what's going to supply pressure to your home, not the well pump. There are certain pumps out there called constant pressure systems where the pump is actually what supplies pressure to your home. But a conventional system like this, it's going to be the pressure tank itself. An auxiliary function that the pressure tank serves is giving the well pump time to cool down, right? So when the pump turns on, it's going to get a good amount of heat, and the water is the coolant. In our area, we generally want to see a pump run from cut on to cut off for about 60 seconds. Once you start getting below 30 seconds, that's when you start running into what we would refer to as a short cycle. A short cycle puts excessive wear and tear on the well pump and decreases the life expectancy of the system. Now, as a homeowner, what you can do is while you're running a bathtub, a utility sink, doing laundry, just keep an ear out. See how long it takes for that to click. It should be a good distance between first click, second click. So if you hear click, 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 that means something's going wrong and you should start to investigate. The easiest way to tell when this thing's not working is you can tap on it and it should ring like a bell versus the thump, right? So that means there's air up here, water in the bottom. Additionally, if you take off this cap and you press on top of it, only air should come out. If water shoots out, that indicates that the bladder is ruptured, the tank is no longer good, and it will need to be replaced. Now, you should have this looked at every few years. The EPA recommends to have your water sampled and quality tested once a year. In our area, anytime you're getting the water sample tested, the licensed professional should take a peek down here at the water treatment to make sure that everything looks like it's in pretty good shape. So from there, we've got our main water shutoff, and then it'll go into our calcite tank, which is going to adjust the pH of the water to slow down any corrosion we might get in our plumbing inside of the house. And then we're going to have a water softener to help remove some of the iron and other particulates that we don't necessarily want in our drinking water. Very common in our area to see this setup. Generally, a family of four will need to get this serviced once a year. It all really depends on how much you use. But hopefully that helps to bring some light to how a well system works. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. If you enjoy content like this daily, please go ahead, give me a like and subscribe, as I'll have more information posted daily on the world of well and septic. Until next time.